Hi, Gary Bernier from the Business Growth Guys, Wizard of Ads partner. And today I want to talk to you about a concept that I learned many years ago from Dan Sullivan, the strategic coach, and that's called managing the gap. And as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, we're usually striving and comparing ourselves against where we want to go. We always feel like we're coming up short because we're comparing ourselves against where we believe we should be, where we want to be, that place in the future where things would be better. And that can lead to some interesting feelings because obviously we're here today, we're not living in the future. And if we're comparing ourselves against the future, we can sometimes feel bad about that. So since we just crossed over from 2022 to 2023, a good exercise is to pull out your pad of paper. And on the left side, write down good. And on the right side, write down bad. Draw the line down the middle, put 2022 at the top. So it's 2022, the good and the bad, and a line. And just start listing off all the good things that happened to you. Now, here's a speed tip for doing all the things that are good in your life, is pull out your phone and go back to the beginning of the year and take a look at all the things that you took pictures of. And because if it was good enough to take a picture of it, it's probably good enough to write down. So write down all the things that were good, write down all the things that are bad. And a brilliant friend of mine asked me this question. He said, Gareth, what do you do with the ones that are in the bad column? And the first thing you need to do with the things that are in the bad column is just identify whether they're under your control or outside your control. And so one of the things that happened to me in 2022 is my brother passed away. My younger brother passed away. And that, for me, really dampened things, put a wet blanket on my perception of 2022. But obviously, it was outside of my control. Now, our general business, just because we swapped some clients and did some things, it stayed relatively flat. We didn't necessarily grow, but everything was still great. And then I found out near the end of the year that I had high blood pressure. Well, high blood pressure is within inside my control. I've started taking my blood pressure meds. I'm monitoring it and that sort of thing. And same with the business. We've got a plan for growth. The podcast is bringing us leads. It will happen. So those I'll carry over into goals for this year. Setting a blood pressure goal and an exercise goal and that sort of thing. But the really big takeaway is I have a long list of great things that happened last year. I taught a bunch of courses, made a trip to Acapulco. I went skiing out west last year. So when I look back over the year, a lot of great things took place. And it reminds me of how much I did last year. And so in the concept of the gap, we often don't turn around and look backwards and see how far we've come. And so once you do that, go through your phone, write your list of all the things that are good, I think you'll feel much better about yourself and you'll have a much better idea of how far you've come to this point. And so, yeah, keep striving, keep setting goals, but remember, turn around, look in the rearview mirror, see how many great things have happened to you, celebrate them, celebrate the pile of them. Anyways, that's my tip for you for starting the year is manage your gap. Take care.